To the NBA, where Adrian Wojnarowski is reporting that amidst the growing coronavirus pandemic, the owners and executives are bracing for the possibility of the league not returning until mid to late June in a best-case scenario. The league office has given teams no guidance as of yet on a timeline for a resumption of play, but organizations have begun preparing for the possibility of a long hiatus. Let's bring our insider, Brian Windhorst, in on that notion. What is the latest you're hearing from the league about the possibility of this being pushed back that far?
Yeah, Greeny, let's just be honest. Nobody really knows what the timeline's going to be. It's all about preparing timelines. And they had to do a couple of things here. Number one, they were holding players in their cities. And a lot of these players have access to private jet travel and live apart from their families. And we're agitating to get out. And so that is what they are going to grant them. They are going to grant them the ability to go away if they want to, while also leaving open the ability for the players individually or with individual coaches to use the practice facility. And then they will go forward and see how things develop. Now, you heard me talk about this last week. We again need to look to China. The Chinese Basketball Association is bringing all their teams back, and they're going to play an entire playoffs in the same city. They're going to have all the teams together playing in the same city. That is an option that the NBA is probably going to look at if they have to come back without fans.
And again, remind us, because you have been so on top of this, what was the time that the Chinese Basketball Association was fully down before they came back?
About 8 weeks. The players are reporting back right now this week. The foreign players aren't sure they're going to go, but the Chinese players are coming back, and they're looking at a start in early April. I just hope that our country is in a position where we can do that. But one thing to point out, they do have to work with the Players Association to extend the league year past June 30th. The players all got their paychecks yesterday, and they will likely be paid their balance of their this year's contracts. But the Players Association has indicated they are willing to extend the schedule into July, into August, because they know they're worried about next season's dollars, and that is a major priority.
Yeah, I think that's important to point out, in particular the piece about the Chinese Basketball Association. We don't know what's going to happen, but we can tell you the things that have happened and to whatever degree they inform what will happen here. Meanwhile, what are two things the NBA could be looking at during this time to possibly test for their future?
This is one thing, if you're looking for something to be interested in besides the virus, this is potentially the moment for radical change for the NBA. Adam Silver has been agitating for major change to the structure of the NBA league schedule. Here we have an opportunity to do it. Again, assuming that we get over this as a country, we could reset the entire league calendar, move it back so that it ends right before the start of the NFL season, begin later in football season so it doesn't compete, and potentially alter the order of things, Greeny. People have talked about for years going to the NFL model of moving the draft behind free agency because everything is blown up this year. You could run a pilot program this year. The NBA could look a lot different a year from now, and that may actually end up being a good thing.